Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Warhammer 40k Inquisitor Martyr, and I thought that because we had smaller upgrades, very small upgrades in the last episode, like 2 points I think in the challenge rating, I thought let's do it again. We can go for Signum and Belts, which we will do the Execution Tarot card. So let's do that. Let's put that away, and here we go. And for the Minor Arcana, I again go with the Undying Duty and the Possession 1. Let's create that mission. I opted to go for a hunt not only because the last episodes were actually all stolen relic missions, and now we have, another type. I know, a hunt we have played often as well. We haven't actually played Purchase in the last time, but I think that is right now the right thing to do. And our enemies are road bearers. Nice. The background: mopping up operations following a long cleansing campaign has spread the authorities dangerously thin in a strategic habitat bell. Pockets of chaos forces and witch covens are still wreaking havoc, threatening to re-infiltrate the secured districts. Our orders are: deal a killing blow to the heart of the resistance. The type, as I said, is a hunt, and it's a small sized hunt, and we have to eliminate all high value targets marked on the map to complete the mission, and eliminate all marked targets. And let's see whether these targets are actually going to be engines like dreadnoughts or tanks. They are not going to be tanks because we are not fighting against rebels, but I could imagine some engines.
The very existence of this filth defiles the Imperium. They may be great in numbers, but if we sever the head, the body will die. Kill their leaders and break their will.
So I guess it's going to be dreadnoughts and all the good jazz. What I still would like to see, as they are going to include other factions, they are going to include other traitor legions, that is for certain, but they are not going to include orcs or something like that. But what they are going to include, I think, is actually quite cool. They are, at least that was on the roadmap a couple of months ago. I do not know whether that is still in there. I would wonder if it has actually changed, but they said at that time that other race is actually going to be Dark Elder, which I think would be a nice threat to deal with. So I will have to take a look at the map in a second in order to see where we have actually to go, and I already know we are going to face a decimator because I see shield generators, which is always a sign of decimators. I've never faced any other engine or enemy which actually has shield generators, so probably going to be a decimator, which is amazing because, coming back to the point I actually wanted to say in the beginning and already have forgotten, that they still said there are going to be boss fights at some point of this game, and I think right now actually fighting a decimator is the closest thing of fighting against a boss or having a boss fight. That's just, my 5 cents, but I think that's pretty safe to say. The good thing about the decimator, he, as the dreadnought as well, they shoot their own guys, which is nice and helps us out, and I always like that. So let the decimator retreat. He even has his shield out. I would like to know whether what that is, what kind of shield that actually is. It probably won't be a void shield. That would be a little bit insane for this dude. And I need to retreat because there are 2 Havocs which I will not face whilst I'm actually facing the little decimator right here. So, kill him and bring him down. I'll take the shield, I bring down a tarantula, so I will face him right now. Getting out, that at higher level, challenge level, that actually deals 1,000 damage.
Damnation is eternal.
Yes, that's true. Damnation is internal, which is of course insane. A quarter of our HP dealt by one blow, which you can easily, you know, get out of the way. So that one is down. So let us see. There's a box which I won't, which I actually won't open. There are too many enemies down there. That would take too long, I think, for something we do not necessarily have to do, because I don't know whether there was anything changed. Sorry, I didn't look that up. That with the other content patches I had found, to be precise, way more plans to craft items. I had a complete list of many items, and now since the last content patch was released, I found 2 or 3 plans, crafting plans, but nothing more. So I don't know whether they changed the drop rate of these items. I would like to craft more. We have so many crafting items right now, but we don't have anything to craft actually. So these guys go down quickly. I at the beginning, when I started playing this game, I didn't like heat-based weapons because I think it took too long to get back and shoot. And I think I think I said that in one old episode as well, that I rather enjoy the reloading because it's quicker than, you know, waiting until the heat-based thing is actually regenerated, or let's say, well, until it is cooled down. So you really have to get used. Is it an enemy? Yes, it's an hellbrute. You just have to get used to stuff in this game, and then it ain't that bad. Although the first one, it seems not good. At second, it actually is more than meets the eye, like Optimus Prime would like to say. Yes, you just have to get used to stuff in this game until you realize how good, or well, actually how bad then things are actually. And that is, I don't know whether Newcore Games, the developers, actually would call that one here a boss fight, but that is what I tried to say in the beginning, that I think that is actually the closest which you say in this game to a boss fight. Although
success is measured in blood.
Yes, it is. Although I have to say, I think you can at one point a little bit compare this game to Diablo 3, for example. And if I remember the boss fights, the real boss fights, for example, against the Liar, or let's say against Diablo, you know, it's something different. It took longer. You needed to get used to the different waves, or not waves is the wrong thing to say, I think. You know, the different phases of the fight, and that's why I think the Decimator, for example, is a good thing to compare it with a boss fight, because it has this different phases. If you don't kill the shield generators, it actually will put on a shield, and I think even regenerate doing that. And it has its cannon where it does AoE damage, a ton load of AoE damage. So I think that's the closest thing to coming to a boss fight. Alright, but anyhow, let's not talk about that. Let's go on here. Fun fact, actually, come to think, I always try, I don't know whether you're actually even interested into Warhammer, but I guess the most of you who are watching this Let's Play are playing or have been playing Warhammer 40k as well, or are familiar with the 40k universe, because otherwise I think too many players would play this game. And I'm a guy who actually I enjoy the fluff. That's the big thing I like about Games Workshop, and especially the 40k universe. I know, for example, Warhammer Fantasy had a huge background as well, and I haven't put too much thought into Age of Sigmar, but I guess it has a huge amount of fluff as well. But anyhow, that's not the point. The point is, I enjoy the Warhammer 40k universe as well, not as well, but too, because of its insanely well written fluff, the background, and which one part of the 40k universe actually has. I know Warhammer since I was a little child. Now I know now for over 17 years, and that came to me actually yesterday or today, I think, when I read on a website that another Decimator, nice, that I'm a huge fan about. I'm a huge Horus Heresy fan. I like it is all actually basically written down already, but the Horus Heresy Black Library series actually got into detail, and they've released over 45 books, I think, and really amazing, well written. I can only say great books. I really love them, and I will always love them. And the first book has been released 11 years ago, and then it just came to me, oh my god, I've been reading the Horus Heresy for 11 years. This is for over a decade. This is such a huge amount of time. Why I'm coming to that, Games Workshop, or yes, Games Workshop, not or, they've actually released on Warhammer TV on their website. They've released some pictures about over our authors, I think they were, telling about the big fight of Terra, the Siege of Terra, which will hopefully be an insanely well written book. And now it's coming to an end. That is, I get a little nostalgia there. It's so amazing. 11 years with the book series. And no, I have not written all. Definitely not written, but I've not read all of the books by now. I'm still on it, and I'm loving them. That's what I wanted to say. I'm sad that it's actually right now coming to an end. Although I guess the Siege of Terra could be it could be not only covered in one book, but in a couple of books. There's so much to tell, I think. Alright. Back to the game. I love, by the way, I love the Horus Heresy. It is such a dramatic book series and a dramatic story, and I would always say I would love a series or a movie about the Horus Heresy, because it's so much tragic and so... I can't even describe it. There's so much tragic... one of my favorite books is actually 1,000 Suns, where the... Is it called 1,000 Suns? And I'm not meaning the Legion, but the book where or is it the Burning of Prospero, I think it's called, where the space boots are actually going to Fenris, where the space boots are going to the planet of the Sorcerers Prospero and, kill the planet and want to bring Magnus to the Emperor. Tragic book, and what I liked the most, that Magnus, even in the end, when he wanted to go to the Emperor and did the psychic thing and put down all the defenses in the Golden Throne Room, and the demons were rushing down. At that point he was realizing what for a mistake he actually did. And the same thing with Horus, when he slew Saint Ninus.
Fine example for their kind, Inquisitor.
and has actually, you know, wounded the Emperor in the last seconds. When he got clear, he let himself down and killed by the Emperor. These little things, so much dramatic things, I enjoy that so much. It is so amazing. Anyhow, sorry I've been babbling about the Horus Heresy for so long. I'm really sorry, forgive me. Alright, shall go on here. Let us take a look at our items. Nice. Your inventory is full, I know. Anyhow, here we are. Is that an upgrade? 42, that would be an upgrade, but I do not like digital weapons, so I want to grab it. 41 is an upgrade, definitely. It's a huge one. That one is a huge. 38, 36. So let's rule that one out. That was not a huge upgrade, I get it. Stun mine is an upgrade, we take it. And 41, 36, 38. So let's just switch them up. So we are now at 500. That is amazing. That is fun. That looks nice. And these items, are they worth looking at? Yes, that one is actually worth. No, the other does 97, doesn't it? Take a look. Yes, it is not worth looking at. I will do that in the off. Promised. I will clear out our inventory. The thing I want to take a look at, actually, let's go back to the higher sector, the tougher sector, the the Balthar system. Let's take a look. Now that we are at actually 500, nice. Maybe we are going to do a turret mission in the other sector next episode. Let's just take a look. That looks nice. Still, these missions are quite hefty to deal with, I think. So, taking a small minor look here. Well, that is actually acceptable, I think. Well, I have to take a look there. Guys, with that, we are at an end again. I really thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, guys, give me a sign, give me a thumbs up and subscribe, and I will see you in the next episode. Until then, have a nice day, stay frosty, bye.